Well, cum laude's good. I was settling for thank you laude. That would have been, that was all right. This is nice. It's the first time I'm leaving a college institution on my own terms.
You could write a book on this. I mean, in fact, Caldini has written a book on this.
These two people had one viewpoint, although they saw it this way, this other person
on the contrary.
Or on the contrary, great. Okay, there's a lot of options here.
We see so many people like us that just fall through the cracks. And it's so sad. It's very encouraging to see people who've come out of here and who've gone on to schools that they never thought they could get into. Very, very encouraging to see people who've made it.
I came here, they said I read at like a 3rd grade reading level, wrote at a 3rd grade reading level. Considering right now that I'm in a humanities class where we're reading Plato and Antigone, the reading level has definitely gone up.
We're going to do it today.
I did in my 2nd year when I got a 3.5 GPA, and I was like, wow, I actually can do this. And then once I moved on to BU, I had the confidence that I knew that I could do, the work.
I'm doing my work because I want to do it, not because I have to do it. I think that's a big part of it too, because here it's like you see the reasons, you see that if you do that you're going to learn more. I'm going to get to that college that I want to go to. I'm going to be doing exactly what I want to do.
For once in your life, you feel like you accomplish something that you try so hard, that you worked so long to do, that that you earn.
I was kind of different from the norm when it came to LD students. I was good at the things I wasn't supposed to be good at. I played the game all through high school. Never really learned the skills to get through writing a good essay. I got to my dream school, and I just fell apart.
You're so used to falling flat on your face and not having anyone there to catch you. And at Landmark, then never let that happen, which is really nice.
Because you're going to fill in the other part of it.
When I first came to Landmark, I definitely had a problem with test taking. I took my first biology test probably 4 times and still failed it. But I can boast for a moment. I took my chemistry final and I got an A. Very cool. Yeah.
It was kind of nice to finally figure out what your problem is, that, everyone's telling you that you're lazy or all these things. Well, you're not. There's something behind it.
Here, everyone else is like us. Everyone has a learning disability, and you're not separated because of that anymore. And that's just fantastic.
Here, they actually teach you. If you need help, one-on-one is there for help. Another thing that's good is that you can speak your mind, and you're interactive with the other students. It's almost like your family.
Is this very much touching on the Plato's Republic, where you have everybody has, in this, you guys talking about this utopian society where everybody has their role, but here we're kind of engineering.
Right.
Instead of by social class, it's by brain class.
The feel that you get at Landmark is that at other universities they're known for this department, that department. Here it's just the learning department.
A sentence to combine everything, as in what we're talking about, which is stress and stressors.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Okay.
Now we still are kind of stuck with that first section. I suppose you could try to create a topic sentence right now, or we could do the same thing, go through it all.
You can go through it and then get the idea of it.
Yeah, because it seems to me what you've been aware for some time is that you're pretty good at the details, and the harder part is figuring out what the overriding main idea is.
Mm-hmm. So you're not only my tutor, you're my friend. You instill the confidence in me that I'll take with me wherever I go.
You pushed, prodded, and inspired me to do better and look deeper into my subject and into myself.
They know each individual student's personality, and they know how to push you the right way, and they don't really let you fall down.
They're kind of there to guide you, and they really get to know you very well, so then they can do that. One thing that I'll never forget is that my tutor, my non-accredited tutorial, stopped me and said, "What do you love?" And I said, "I love to cycle. I love to mountain bike." And
And then I was having trouble writing it. So she just said, so stop. You know, she put like a blindfold over me, so I wasn't distracted by anything. And she just said, tell me about it. That's when the work started. That's the breaking down and starting in fresh and new. That really helps.
Let's just do CJ and blues right now. I want to hear what the balance is out here.
I can say it now.
Did he make this card out? Yes, one cinnamon twist and one cinnamon roll. These little things? Yeah.
And then when we go bigger, just let it all go bigger. The whole, everything moves to the side. That's beautiful, Kate. That's nice.
You know, I venture out into other arts, you know, and including dance. I see the similarities between the concepts, particularly of organization and micro-uniting and perception that I'm learning and developing from my other courses.
Okay, number one, you're going to create a 5 to a 7-step process.
I'm not creative though.
Oh, Brody.
Like a bridge over troubled water, you often need to get to the other side of hard times. This represents the bridge of life.
You come here, you know, everyone here has a learning disability. And you come here and you really do battle the hardest enemy that you have, which is your own self.
There are going to be times where you're really pushing yourself, and you'll go through like moments of plateaus, and then all of a sudden one day you'll wake up and something happens and you'll shoot up the mountain again. There's a constant sort of climb here, and it's really cool in that sense.
It's like kind of taking apart yourself and finding, you know, all these pieces that you never knew were there and putting yourself back together. And then, you know, once you're ready to leave Landmark, and when you do leave Landmark, you're this whole new person in a way. I mean, you're still the same person, but your pieces are arranged differently.
It took me a little while to admit that I needed to come to Landmark. And finally, I held up a big white flag and forked over the words that my study strategies were not going to get me very far. I'm so glad I did that.
My learning disability, and regardless of what you think of that terminology, the particular way in which that I learn, my learning style, my learning difference, is not something separate from me. It's an integral part of who I am that just happens to be similar enough to other people so that they can classify us as a group. But it's not something separate from me. I don't learn how to address my learning difference. I learn how to address myself as a person who learns differently. And that's a real core understanding that I've come to terms with at Landmark that I really hadn't addressed at all before I got here.
Before coming here, I was thinking that the rest of my life would be spent in my studio producing artwork and you know, supporting myself through working in a coffee shop or whatever. That was a feeling that a lot of the gifts that I had weren't going to be used. And now I'm thinking about teaching. I'm thinking about teaching artwork and writing. So those are extremely exciting things to think about now, to think that I would be very good at now.
You have basically all the functioning tools you need to get by in society. They're right here, and Landmark showed me where to look for those tools.
It's a self-discovery. It's a big process of self-discovery, because at 21 I thought I knew myself, and now, 2 years later, I'm like, wow, I knew myself, but now I know myself in a different light, and it's a lot more controllable than this frustrated girl who had all these great ideas, who, everybody said she had the potential, but the performance wasn't there. So it's a good feeling.
This place has so much to offer, like not so much just academically, but emotionally and mentally, how it prepares you for when you move on, to advocate for yourself, to say this is what I need, and to get it, and to not let anything stand in your way.
You always knew that I could do it, but I had to know that I could do it for myself. Well, after 5 colleges and 7 years later, guess what? I did it. Thank you.